I'm Joseph Craven, and this is Hawk Talk, presented by Build Mississippi. Your future is waiting. Let's build it. On today's episode, we'll have a conversation with our new Athletic Director, Shane Schurb, about the excitement that comes with a brand new athletic and school year. We'll also talk with head football coach Craig Bowman about the upcoming football season, and have a couple of segments with some seniors. Let's get into it. This is Hawk Talk. Kicking things off here in this episode of Hawk Talk, we thought it'd be appropriate to go ahead and talk to the main man himself, Shane Schurb, not a stranger to Hartfield Academy, but in a new role this year as our new athletic director. So I think first and foremost, for people that don't know who you are, don't know your background here, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Shane Schurb, and I've been in Hartfield. This is my 9th year at Hartfield. I've been a football coach for 8 of those years, so this is going to be my first year to not be coaching on the field, and there's going to be a learning curve there that I'm going to have to adjust to. My previous life, before I got into in the education side, I was in sales. The thing that I've always gravitated is I love teaching. When I was in sales, one of the things I think was a strength, I was good at the relationship side, and all that went with that. Yeah. But I love teaching. I love teaching, the recruiters and the sales force and training and all that. That was always a passion of mine. It's the teaching and mentoring of the coaches that I really enjoy. That is a passion of mine. It's always been a passion, and before I had this title, that was still something I leaned into. Just being a position coach in football. So the relationships have already been established with a lot of the coaching staff, and even in like some basketball and with Justin in baseball, we've always had that dialogue where we could just talk and kind of talk through some issues, and people, I guess, felt comfortable talking to me. Yeah. Because I try to be a good listener, and I try to give good advice. So that's been the thing that I've enjoyed most, is actually having the opportunity to lean into those type of scenarios. And
now you get to actually you get the flexibility, you get the time to be able to pour into that a little bit more, which is, I think, a welcome thing as well. So obviously there is a lot of excitement in general every year, and as we as a young school, continue to grow, there's always stuff to get excited about. There's also some stuff that you have to navigate changes every year, and this year we're using this as an opportunity to help you at home understand some of the changes that have happened in the MAIS going into this season. Now, instead of there being a 6A division with 6 schools in it, things have gotten shuffled around a little bit. Essentially, larger divisions, more teams in a division, especially during the regular season, that then get broken up a little bit more in the postseason.
Basically, what they're going to do is there's 4 different divisions. You've got, we're in the 4A division, and you have Division 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in 4A Division 2. We are classified in the north part of the division, so you have 1 and 2 in the north, and then 3 and 4 in the south. Picture it as a pie, in the center being the metro schools, and then it's formulated that way to put them in divisions. That's the way we've done it. We're going to have some schools that we normally wouldn't have in our division. The MAIS has been phenomenal. We've had several meetings and talked about things that maybe we want to change moving forward. They've been very open to say, hey, if we see something in this first year that's not ideal, we'll fix it. So we're not going to have to sit with this for, if it's not right, we won't have to sit with it for 2 or 3 years waiting on it to be redistricted. Yeah. They're willing to make the changes pretty immediately. I'm excited to play sports. I'm excited I'm excited that we get to compete. That's what I enjoy. So regardless of who we play, and we get to compete. We got some great games on schedule. We have some games with some public schools that we're super excited about. It's just new, and I enjoy that.
And it gives us storylines to follow throughout the entire season. And so by the end of the year, we could be talking about completely different talking points than we are at the start of the season because, this team has surprised everybody by doing better than expected. This team surprised people by not doing as well, how that shake out. So be interesting. All right, to close it out here, let me give you this question, a surprise question.
Oh, boy.
Shot, surprise, ambush. All right, for people that don't know you, give us one fact about Shane Schurb that people should know. It could be something as simple as a favorite meal, a go-to snack, or even a pregame ritual, something like that. Give us one fun fact that people should know.
Well, okay. Pregame ritual.
You look like you're getting dizzy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got so many things right now going through my head. Pregame ritual as a coach, I will not do as an AD because that would cause more problems than it would solve. But we, as a staff, and I'm not going to throw anybody on the bus, so forget I said we ingested far too much caffeine prior to going out, and we're already amped up and hyped up and we're excited. The thing that I will miss is those moments.
Yeah.
That is something that I will miss, is those pregame before you go out there with your teammates or your coaching staff and your players. It captures a part of you that you didn't know that you had lost until you go out there for that first game as a coach, and you're like, whoa, I remember this feeling when I played and things like that. And that is something that I will miss. I haven't shared that with very many people.
Well, now you've shared it with tens of people who will watch this show. Craig, we're on the cusp of another exciting season. Back-to-back, state championships over the last couple of years. And I think that a lot of people assume that winning a championship is like the hardest thing to do in sports. I think it could be argued that building a consistent program might be the most difficult thing to do. So before we talk about this specific year, tell me a little bit about how you and your coaches, your approach over the last few years has really set the tone and established the identity of the Hartfield football program.
I think a lot of it is probably super cliche or coach speak, but you have goals of trophies and banners. Like that's what we want. Every football team that starts,
of course,
wants that at the end, but it's how to get there that we really try and focus on pouring on our kids. I believe that what we do in January with our metabolic and off-season weights really sets the tone for the year. We put them through something very hard. It's a pressure cooker, and it is as close to replicating difficult times in a tough game as you can without actually having those moments.
There's also a lot of fun to be had in the process, and this is it's always been a fun, quirky team and a quirky staff that is enjoying the process and having fun with the process as well. I think that's a huge part of the culture.
I think so too. I think we enjoy being around each other as a coaching staff. We're all really good friends. We have our moments, but we're all really close. We trust each other. And then that translates to the kids. One of the things that we talk all the time is that training builds trust. And that's kind of a theme that has carried over since 2023. Wow, numbers are hard. But trust over talent, and then now training builds trust. That these hard moments in the weight room, hard conditioning, hard practices, they build that trust between coach and player, and then player to player.
Well, now that we are in the year of our Lord 2025, I think that's what you're trying to.
Go back to come forward.
Yeah, exactly. But now that we're here, every year another one of the difficulties that you face at the start of the season is replacing the players that have graduated. That you have this very unique situation in high school football where you really have guys for about 3 years. Consistently. Maybe you get them in 9th grade, but it really is 10th, 11th, 12th is when you have those guys. But it means that there's other people that have to step up this year. So talk a little bit about this senior class.
I'm starting my 7th year at Hartfield, and so these
that
guys...
That doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right. So these guys were in 6th grade. They were my first group that I taught in 6th grade. And so I've known them for a really long time. Guys like Coleman Williams, Coleman Yoder, Braylon, I've known them for a while, and we understand each other. But it's now their time. Rip refers to Coleman Williams as the heart of the defense because he's basically a coach on the field. He gets everybody lined up, and he holds us accountable as much as he holds the other players accountable. And then you have a guy like Coleman Yoder who he does his job at a very high level. He works hard, and you need those kind of leaders too.
So let's talk about the schedule for a minute here. Let's take a moment to collect ourselves when looking at the schedule.
Who made that schedule? There's that guy.
Lunatic. Tell me a little bit about the schedule and maybe how you have to approach it differently, knowing that so many traditionally more difficult, quote unquote, opponents are at the start of the season compared to the end of the season like it normally would be.
Yeah, so the past years, it's been a slow build to those games against the Metro teams. And now we've shifted those to the front end of our season. And so it completely changed how we did our off-season program, our summer program, and how we're conditioning, because we come out against a very good Columbia team next week. I think they're picked to win their division. We have to come out and get things done at the very beginning. We actually talked yesterday. We kind of started practice slow yesterday. And I told him, I said, if you think about this as a game and we start the first quarter off slow, a year ago probably wouldn't have been a problem at the beginning of this year. This year, it's a real problem.
Yeah.
We get, you start off slow and you dig yourself a hole that you can't get out of.
Well, and that's the other side of that is, I say you have your quote unquote more difficult opponents early on. Every opponent is treated the exact same, and you have to. You don't overlook anybody. You get towards the end of the season, you can look at it and say maybe those aren't the opponents we, that fans might be circling on the calendar or anything. But those are the district games. Those are hugely important games as well. Before we go, predictions on your record this season? No, I'm just kidding. Appreciate it, Craig.
Yep, anytime.
Yep, excited about the upcoming season. And then next episode, we'll be a few games in and we'll be able to sit down and say, hey, look at these great victories that we've gotten.
Yep. Hope so. Let's go.
Hey everybody, I'm Bryce Hopkins, the voice of Hartfield Live, and I'm excited today to have the 3 seniors. One's already cracking up on the end. This is going to be an absolute disaster. So, ladies, let's introduce yourselves. All right, Caroline.
Well, you just said my name.
Right. Well, can you tell them a little bit about what position you play?
Oh, okay. I'm the catcher, and I'm a senior.
Okay.
My turn?
Yeah, let's go to you.
Hey guys,
we
I'm
go.
Bryson Jones. I played second base last year and at the beginning of the season, but I'm probably gonna be a third. And I'm a senior.
There we go. All right, Addison.
I'm Addison, and I play left field, and I'm a senior.
Y'all are nailing this. Absolutely, this is fantastic. What are some pregame rituals that you guys do before each game? And let's start with Addison this time.
I go get a load of tea, and then I have certain game day hairstyles that I do, and then I pray before each game.
My favorite thing is probably like infield, outfield, and then we all go together and I pray for the whole team together. I do a different hairstyle every game, so if that's a ritual.
That sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Do
What
I
about
get to
you?
hold it?
You don't. Well, sure. Knock yourself out.
Okay, first I take a really fat nap. Can I say fat?
You can say that.
I take a fat nap, and then I go get like some kind of energy drink, and then I do my hair, and then I go sit in the locker room, and sometimes I warm up to pitch JV.
Oh wait, can I put one more thing?
Me too. You might as well.
Somehow every game I forget my contacts, so if you see me putting in my contacts in the what's it called? In the dugout.
The dugout. That place?
I forget it every time.
And every time before games, we go sit in the locker room and eat food. And
We
eat
eat so many
snacks.
snacks.
Like we have like a pantry. Of
All right.
snacks.
So to summarize all of this, nap, loaded teas, food, and hair. Did we? And then we pray.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. So that's the pregame ritual. Just in case you're very curious. All right. So let's talk about what is one thing that you are most excited about. This is your senior season for the softball team. What is one thing that you're most excited about?
Me?
Sure. Yes, you.
I mean, we've already started our season, but I'm most excited just to play because, like, our team is really close this year. So I'm excited to play with all these girls and probably for all the far away games. We've already taken a couple, but the bus rides there are always fun for us.
I'm excited for playoffs just to see how far we can go and how long we can make this season and how successful we can be.
I'm excited to see how everyone does throughout the season and just see how we end up doing at the end.
There you go. All right. So now, who would you say, as far as is an influencer? Who is somebody that you look up to or that you respect or that you like? And it doesn't have to be obviously softball related. That can be anything. Who would that be? And we'll start with Addison.
Mine's Leo Skeppy. If you know, you know. On YouTube, I watch him and his podcast.
I'll give that about a 6-7. That was decent. That was decent.
My favorite influencer is always Coach Shu because he inspires me every day, and it's just I don't know, something about Coach Shu.
I really don't have a favorite influencer. I'm a huge Dance Moms fan. They're influencers, right?
Dance moms.
I really like Sadie
I'm
Robertson
done.
Puff because she knows what she's talking about, guys.
So this is your senior year, right? So what is one thing that you are most looking forward to here at Hartfield? This is the last hurrah, right? So you don't have to raise your hand. This isn't class. Here, you can take that.
graduating. I'm so excited.
I feel like there's always like one awakening, like of the whole year where it's just like amazing. So I'm ready for that, and I'm also ready for the Dominican. Can't wait. I'm also ready to graduate, but like I'm just like.
But she took that answer, so you had to keep off that one.
I had to go.
All right, so you cannot go with awakening, graduation, or the mission trip.
But I was gonna say, the Dominican, because my favorite part about the whole year is always my mission trips.
5 minutes before, getting out 5 minutes early for lunch is pretty nice.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm really excited to just spend time with my friends while they're here.
Now you have insight to 3 senior softball players who are competing for a 3rd straight title back to back to back this season. Now,
Is it my turn
now
now?
now's your time, yeah.
That part out.
This is Braxton Jones, and you are watching Hawk Talk.
Oh, wait, I just cranked myself out.
Oh, I'm in the middle of all this.
Yep. All right.
Ay, ay, ay.
So everything that we do on Hartfield Live is made possible because of the support that we have from our Hartfield community. We have a bunch of costs that are associated with running a streaming service like this. I mean, even just paying the annual fees for hosting, all of that is covered by donations, and it makes it possible for you to be able to tune in to live events, to on-demand replays for free. And one of the new partnerships we have that we're very excited about is with Build Mississippi, the sponsor of Hawk Talk. And Colin Owens is here, and it's a new partnership, but that's a familiar face. We know Hartfield parent and assistant coach as well, Colin Owens, and he is with Build Mississippi and here to explain a little bit of the new partnership and what Build Mississippi is all about. So appreciate you taking some time here.
So Build Mississippi, we are a nonprofit, Mississippi Construction Education Foundation, and we do construction training. We had 6,000 kids last year in our program through the state. So hopefully that number is going to grow to over 7,000 this year alone.
Yeah.
With that, we have apprenticeship programs. I don't know if you want me to go into detail on all this stuff.
Certainly can. Yeah, this is the opportunity for it. It is. This is also, we are both swayers when we talk.
That's right.
This is going to be the most movement. You're going to get seasick watching this segment. But, there's a very important, section of students that for the past few years have not necessarily been tapped into in general. And those are the ones that would be great fits for these trade programs. And these apprenticeships that you're talking about. There's a huge need for that Build Mississippi has recognized and is trying to encourage students and equip them to find the right place for them, right?
That's right. So a lot of schools, especially private schools or college preparatory schools.
Yeah.
Now what college looks like these days may be a little different. It could be a 2-year associate's degree, or it could be cosmetology school. That's still college.
Yep.
It's getting people ready for the workforce.
Yes.
So if we can come in with our program and offer kids that may not get to academically achieve as well, but touch tools and learn a skill and learn a trade, then go into either work for themselves or somebody else.
So tell us a little bit about the service that Build Mississippi provides to a school in these partnerships and what exactly we're working towards here with this partnership between Build Mississippi and Hartfield.
So with Build Mississippi, we're going to be able to come in and offer an elective class, and it's basically CORE, which is our standard curriculum that walks you through hand tools, how to read a tape measure, safety, and then from there we're going to branch into either electrical, maybe some other fields. We're still working on the fine details of that. But like I said, it's just another opportunity. The slogan is every kid to reach their God-given purpose. And if we're not offering something like that here and around the state, then we're not doing the kids justice.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so if somebody wants some more information about what Build Mississippi does, and if a parent's watching this right now and they think, oh, you know what, that would probably be a great fit, like for my student who has, proclivity towards, this sort of field or whatever it is, like where would they need to go? Where can they get some information?
So all of the socials, Twitter and Facebook and everything else, that we have a platform there, but also our website is buildmississippi.com, and it's got all our info plus industry partners that we partner with, but everything you need to know is on the website.
There's even some, you mentioned, there's already some Hartfield alums
Yeah.
that have that you've met with or that have taken classes that have gone through some of this stuff. A guy like a Cooper Howard that we know from football and baseball, a guy like an Easton Reed we know from soccer, so already involved in it as well.
That's right, giving kids another pathway to their future.
We appreciate, of course, the partnership that we got now with Build Mississippi. Excited to see what we got here. And on this note as well, appreciate the fact that you guys are partnering up with us to help sponsor and produce Hawk Talk. I think it's going to be a good partnership in general.
No doubt. Thank you.
Do we need to shake hands?
We
Make it
can.
official. Thank you for watching this episode 1 of Hawk Talk here on Hartfield Live. I'm Joseph Craven. We will catch you again with episode 2 coming up soon.